Thank you. First of all, I have to just, express my gratitude for you guys even being here mid of the day on a Thursday, and especially being so patient with us. I, my time is just terrible. I was hoping to start sooner, and it didn't happen. But hey, it's just putting this together. It's all about the journey, and I have to actually welcome my partner in this project. His name is Evan Washington. Please come to the stage. So if you don't already know, he kind of looks like me, right?
Yeah, identical. So,
And we're twins. We're twin brothers.
and to answer the question, we can't read each other's mind. It's not possible.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Realistic.
But so let me tell you about what we do. Let's just start with the beginning. Who are we? My name is Taylor James Washington. I am a music major here at USC Thornton School of Music, emphasizing songwriting. But I think everyone can attest that by the end of the 4 years, it's not the only thing you do. And it's the music journey has been so interesting for me. We both grew up with a piano in our house that no one played. So then as we're kind of growing up, we start banging on it, and then we start hearing show tunes on TV, and we're like, oh, I want to play the Simpsons. And you realize that's a tritone. So you're like, okay, I can practice and use that, in your music theory skills, right? And we just kind of grew up with music in our house, singing in the halls, participating in extracurricular activities that were music related. And then we started going to music arts high school, where we just started to play with people, sing with people. And I decided to pursue it in college, which is why I'm here. However, my brother has a different story.
Yeah, I mean, going into college itself, we had still just a passion for music, but at the same time, we're our own individual, right? So I actually went all the way to Orange County, where I got my degree in business administration, specifically finance, over at UC Irvine. So, go Anteaters. But, still fight on. Love you guys. But, while pursuing this, right, always, when you have your breaks or vacations or whatnot, you're always looking forward to family, So I was always excited, to see what Taylor was doing, or to see exactly what Thornton has challenged him to do, and just seeing his passion, it drove me, I'm just like, he's doing something that he loves. And me, I actually love numbers. So I was like, I'm doing something that I love. I was like, let's mash it together. We're twins for a reason, right? We were put on this earth together to, we have traits when by themselves, they're good, but when they're combined, they're great. Right. So
Definitely.
I graduated 2016 just last year, and I was able to move in with this guy. And honestly, it's been just day in, day out, just FYI.
So, yeah, that's what it is. And so, like we said, we have traits that kind of complement one another. So I'm here studying, going hard, learning how to be a performer, an arranger, a musical director, and, an amazing instrumentalist, and all these different things that we're practicing. Whereas Evan just understands the business, the LLC. I didn't even understand what that meant. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? We need to trademark. Okay. And I got, I'm always focusing on the creativity side of it. And Evan, he's creative, but it was great to also have that business mindset. So initially, we come together and we said, well, what do we want? What do we need? What do we see? And we noticed that, hey, we just want a space where people can come together and be creative. A space where people can just be themselves, because music has always inspired us. When we're sad, when we're happy, when we just kind of want to break from life, we kind of gravitate towards music. Would you press the slide real quick?
Yeah, and one note that I just want to add is that with this space that we've already created, there's just already one comment made from a musician that said, you helped me rediscover my instrument. So that itself kind of just made me like, wow, like this, we're onto something, right? It's like we can make this actually build and just progress and just become that platform for, not only artists in a particular genre, but just good vibes overall.
So FYI, what is FYI? Who is FYI? Well, hey, guess what? We are FYI. And really, it's working. Oh, one second. Just do that old-fashioned click of the crew, right? Made up my own word. So free your inhibition, that is the acronym for FYI. So now everyone can look and say, okay, FYI, I'm about to be late. FYI, well, hey, FYI, we are going to share with the world the local talent that is just here. That's kind of showcased every day in especially my experience. I go to school and I'm walking through the halls and I see many of you guys here. I hear your voices. I hear you guys touching the keys. I hear you guys being creative and doing your thing. So we're like, hey, well, people need to hear this. People need to witness the beauty and the organic just organic vibes that happen when you're just yourself, when you're getting lost in the creativity. So we're basically a collective of like-minded individuals, of people just, hey, let's create something authentic. Let's not abide by the trends. In fact, let's start them and have people follow us. And that's a big question, right? How can you start a new trend? But ultimately, it's who are you? And what we are, we're people who love good music, and good music comes from multiple genres. So that's why we're not shutting people out just because you're country. I love country music. I know a lot of people are like, country. Da, da. I love country music. I love hip hop music. I love R&B. I love good music. And that's what we're trying to share with people. So we have people come into our home and play music. We have people talk to us, and so we can create with them. And that's what we're trying to do, FYI, so we can share that with the world. And so, as you will know, next slide, please. We have, sorry, he's going to be my clicker, my official clicker. I had one, and then it was so funny. My brother was like, hey, it's got some weird goo on it. I think the battery must have exploded in it or something. So that's kind of weird. I was like, well, we're just going to have to go the old-fashioned way. But we have a team, and a team is beyond important, because I've noticed that when I'm trying to do something by myself, it's just so much. It's overwhelming, and I'm tired, and I'm stressing out, and then at the end of the day, I feel like I can't do it. And I realize my products don't come out as best as I would like them to. Yet if you have someone helping you, being that rock, I have two people who are always helping me, always willing to be a part of my ideas. And as you will see, right now, I'm Taylor, Evan, and we have Mr. Isaman coming up later on, and he will introduce himself. But I would like to talk about the roles. I am, and I was so proud of this, my brother gave me the title, I'm the director of production at FYI. Now, what is that? What do I do? And I never really understood that role of producing, right? I think it was really apparent of my confusion in junior year when we have to go and be either a songwriter, a musician, or a producer. So what I love is that our class kind of gave us, a lot of room to kind of self-discover, and you're kind of figuring out, okay, what is this role? What kind of responsibilities do I have? And when you're a producer, I didn't really understand, hey, you got to put everything together. You got to call the people. You got to make sure that the song is what the artist envisions. And I definitely think this past year, working with the 3 artists under our label, which are Julia Ryan, Carrie Prather, and Angela Cross, amazing, talented women who you will see tonight. It just really executed or exercised my role as a producer to meet with them every week, to schedule not only with them, but their bandmates, and if they wanted horns or strings, now I got another crew that I got to talk to. And it's just always looking at my phone. I didn't understand how business minds just kind of constantly on their phone, not because they're tech savvy, but because there's so many people you got to communicate in order to have a project really work out. So that's been my goal. It's been crazy. It's been stressful, but it's been beyond knowledgeable. And I feel very confident as a producer now.
Yeah, and same thing. I mean, as co-founders, yeah, he's the director of production, but he's also, just all the ideas come from both of our heads, right? So it's like when we're always trying to do something or work with somebody, we meet literally every single day at 7 a.m.,
Brutal.
Yeah, I think I woke up just earlier this week, like 7:02. He was like, I was like, dude, it's 2 minutes. But no, and it shows that consistency is where you're able to get those creative ideas out and really, really execute on those ideas. So, myself, I'm looking at it as the whole spectrum, right? It's like, where could we be in 10 years from now, right? And so I won't get into it now, but, we have a weekly podcast called Introvert Vinyl Club. And that has actually been an outlet for us to network with other people, not only in Los Angeles, but also out of the state. So I'll go into more depth, but, it just kind of goes to show that, when you're so passionate about something, you can't just have one role, it's like we really want to dab and touch a little bit of everything.
Of course. So without further ado, we have so much going on, or so much to share tonight. FYI does multiple things. It's not just music, but it shares with the podcast and the community, and it shares creating and developing artists. So without further ado, one of the most amazing guitar players you'll ever hear, Miss Carrie Prather.
Yes.